adventures of life. The adventures of life.
My great-grandmother was a French-Canadian film star here in Montreal, and she had a pet monkey. Back in 1950, you could buy them at the pet store. It was a spider monkey. They're not very big. She loved it, even though apparently Jojo, the monkey, bit everyone but her. She loved monkeys though, and she tried to buy them for all my mom's cousins for Christmas one year. My grandmother was the only one who vetoed the monkey, probably because Jojo was always biting her, and that skewed her impression of monkeys as a whole. To this day though, my mom doesn't think it's weird for someone to have a monkey as a pet. All my cousins had monkeys, she tells me. My great-grandmother would host all the family weddings at her house, which was in a residential part of downtown Montreal. By the end of the night, someone had always left the door open and the monkey would escape and end up in the tree in the front yard. The bravest and most foolish relative had to get the monkey down. Of course, monkeys are better tree climbers than humans, and that relative would end up falling out of the tree and had to be taken to the hospital. Then the next bravest, most foolish relative would be up and try to get Jojo out of that tree. My grandmother also had a German Shepherd, and the monkey would ride the dog like a human riding a horse. Look up videos of spider monkeys riding dogs. Always a good time. They're apparently a thing at rodeos, judging by these Google image results. Jojo would ride the dog, and if the door were left open, it would ride right out the door. The monkey would ride the dog through the streets of Montreal until someone went out to get them back. Her neighbors were used to it, but if they had company, they'd often be shocked to see it. They'd be like, "Did you see that monkey riding a dog?" And the neighbors would respond, "Yeah, that's just Juliette Belivau's monkey riding her dog. It happens all the time. Someone always leaves the door open." About 15 years ago, I saw an old lady walking across the street. I went to help her because she was having a hard time, and because it makes me feel good about myself. It's good for self-actualization. I told her my usual icebreaker when talking with elderly French-Canadian ladies, which is to tell them that my great-grandmother was a French-Canadian film star. This is literally the only target market who knows who she was. I try to tell my friends. They don't care. I tell them to ask their grandmother. She asked me who. I tell her it was Juliette Beliveau. It turns out she lived on the same street as her when she was growing up, and her brothers were friends with my great-uncle. I asked if she remembered Jojo the monkey. She said, "Of course." I asked if she remembered the dog. I was looking to confirm those stories I'd heard. She said, "Of course." And at the same time, we both said, "And the monkey used to ride the dog down the street." Life is magic sometimes.
The adventures of life. The adventures of life.